if you are a coach, this video is for you. I'm going to break down Squarespace and Showit and let you know which platform will be a better option for you. So stay tuned. Let me know below in the comments, what are you a coach of, or who's your ideal client? I would love to know. So, because that also helps to determine which platform might be better. So I'm going to go into the back end of Squarespace just to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like if you've never been on the platform, as well as the back end of Showit. And that'll also help guide you through what might be better for you. So one of the things that I love about Squarespace is everything is integrated. You don't need any extra plugins or anything. So if you want to have a shop, boom, right there. You can do selling, add a shop. It is very similar to how the Squarespace website is set up. So if you know how to create a Squarespace website, you're going to be able to add a shop, no problem. Now, I know you may be thinking, I'm a coach, I'm not selling anything, but maybe in the future you might have some like digital downloads, and it's just a little bit more difficult on Showit. It's not impossible, of course. You would just need to create a new page. So you go into site and you would add a new page, add a blank page, and then you would go ahead and use something like Shopify Lite, and you would get that code by creating your item in Shopify Lite. It's like $9, and then you would take that code and put it into your Showit website. So it's just not as streamlined as having it all in Squarespace. In addition, if you are wanting to, you could have your email list on Squarespace. I personally use Flowdesk, and I'll link, you can get 50% off Flowdesk for your first year, so I'll link that below. I love it. So even my clients who use Squarespace, I still suggest using Flowdesk, and if they want free, I've heard good things about MailerLite, so that's an option. But you could do it all in here, so that's what's great about Squarespace. It's just all integrated. Pricing wise, Showit and Squarespace are very similar. Customer service, I would say, is better with Showit, and here's why. Do you see this little button down here? Boop, ask a question, and you can just pop it right in. Their team is hilarious. They always send you little gifts. They're great, and it's right there, right on your platform. You can ask your questions. Squarespace, if you want to do a chat like this, you have to know how to like work the hoops to find their chat bot. You could always send them an email and they'll respond that way, but I just think that this is really, really nice. So in terms of support, I'm going to give it to Showit. If you want a website that you can really design, and I'm talking like you want all the design freedoms in the world, Showit is going to be the better option. So let me kind of just show you what that looks like. For Showit, you would add a new canvas by going to the page, and then you could go to the three dots and go add a blank canvas. So that blank canvas goes down to the bottom. So here it is. And you are literally like, look at this. You go to media, you add an image. Oh, me and Bennett, that's so cute. Ignore the planes. This is not my normal location. I am currently working from Arizona. So like you can just drag this image wherever you want on this canvas. You could even have it overlapping canvases, which this is really hard to do in Squarespace, where it's like overlapping a different section. And so it's just so easy. Whereas with Squarespace, we'll come in, go to website, we'll go to edit, and you're given a grid. So any type of, text or image that you create has to be on your grid. I know that this looks, I just said it was difficult to overlap. This is kind of my way of faking an overlap. I can link how to do that. Yeah, but you can't really do it. So anyway, if you look here, this is my piece of text. And if you want to drag it around, you're really limited with where you can drag it. This is your grid. It's just not as, you don't get as much freedom, I guess. So that point will definitely be going towards Showit. In terms of navigating the back end, I honestly think Squarespace is a little bit easier. I mean, just look at this. This is kind of bulky, and I mean, if you know how to use like any Adobe Photoshop or anything, Showit's similar to that, but Squarespace is just very, very user-friendly. So that would be definitely a Squarespace point. So if you are someone that is not technologically savvy at all, probably would lean more towards Squarespace. So blogging on Showit is actually done through a WordPress blog. So if you are coming from WordPress and you have a ton of blogs, I would maybe lean towards Showit because you don't need to transfer all those blogs. Whereas with Squarespace, it's all done on Squarespace, which again, that's great that it's all integrated. I love it. But you will have to transfer all those blogs, losing some of your SEO. So that's something to keep in mind. Blog is done right here in Squarespace. So if you don't have any type of website and you want everything to be just super easy and like similar, that's right there for Squarespace. Whereas with Showit, you're doing a WordPress blog and it's not difficult per se, but like design wise, it's not the same as how you design on Showit. So that's just something, I don't know, it's whatever you prefer. But again, very easy on Squarespace to just update your blog. One of my favorite things about Showit, but also one of the things I hate the most, is that you can have complete creative freedom over the mobile. So I could design this whole Squarespace section to look like whatever, or sorry, not Squarespace, this whole section to look a certain way. And then this canvas for mobile could be different photos. Like you can completely make it look different. Whereas with Squarespace, because they're trying to make it easier, they take that content from the desktop and put it on the mobile. And like if you wanted to get rid of that picture, it's a little, you have to use some code and things like that. So you can still manipulate the mobile and make it look a bit different, which is great. But I mean, you could do like 100% different on Showit for mobile. So that just depends on, one, do you have the time to do 100% different on mobile? If you're like, no, I need my website out like yesterday, then maybe Squarespace is the better option. And then the final point I'm going to go over is SEO, search engine optimization. So when somebody searches, coach for entrepreneurs, where do you pop up? Page 1 of Google, page 2. Both of these platforms, you can optimize for SEO. So for example, if you have your contact page and you want to add SEO, you click on this little settings wheel, go to SEO right there, boom, you type in your SEO title. So general one, that's terrible, Becca. This is not a real website right now, but I would, maybe have it be contact, entrepreneur. We're just going to pretend that's spelled correctly, coach, and then save it. And then you would also, of course, have an SEO description that has your keywords. So if your ideal client is, let's say, entrepreneurs, specifically copywriters and website designers, you would add that into the SEO description. And then in Showit, same thing, let's go to the contact page to make it similar. You click on the page you want, and then over here is SEO settings. And so this is the same thing, page title and meta description, as well as an image. And so in SEO with both of these platforms is great. I would say with maybe Showit slightly has the one up because you can really go into the weeds here. In Squarespace, you have lots of different fonts you can use. Heading 1, heading 2. In Showit, same thing, heading 1, heading 2. Well, if you decide to use a heading 1 because you like that font in Squarespace, it'll tag that, like Google will tag that as your heading 1 because it is. And if it's just like a really fancy text, it might not be what you want as your H1. If this is like going all over your head, just ignore it. But if you're like, yeah, I'm tracking, then stick with me. So right here with Showit, where it says I love letters, I am using currently my title font, which is like my H1. But I might be like, I don't want SEO to think that that's my title font. So you can re-tag it to be something separate. So again, if you're like, I just want my website into the world, you go. If you would like a Squarespace course that will guide you through exactly how to create a Squarespace website from start to finish, as well as like go into your brand and figuring out the heart of your brand, also touches on copywriting, also touches on SEO, I have a course for you. I'll link it below. It's my Squarespace with Confidence course. I don't have a Showit course, but I do highly suggest Showit. My friend Sarah has a Showit SEO course. So if you like want to go into these weeds that I'm talking about, I will link her Showit SEO course below because it's phenomenal. I think I have like $50 off. So let me know if you have any other questions. And again, let me know below, what coach are you? I would love to support you and your business.